Good morning and welcome to Always in Stitches. I'm Nancy and this is part 2 of What'd She Bring Back from Market. I guarantee this will not be as long of a video as the first one. I hope you recovered from that one and have made it into the shop to pick up some of your favorite patterns that you saw. We have a few more to show you, and of course Little House had to go and do it again. Just like Summer House had to go and do it again and come up with the new fragments in time. So we will start off with what you probably saw before market. It would have come out. But this is from Little House Needleworks, and it is called the Log Cabin Christmas Series. Okay, I'll read the bottom here. It says, Log Cabin Christmas is a fun 9-part series full of wintry designs featuring log cabins, animals, and lots of snowy trees. So this is the first one. And Peter, what's the name of that one? Squirrel Christmas.
Log Cabin Squirrel.
Yes, Log Cabin Squirrel.
Chart number 1.
And if you notice, the reason they call it that is there's a squirrel about the middle of the pattern, and he has a wagon full of acorns. So he's getting ready for winter. I believe if you're gonna stitch this in one piece, it already has a border around it, but if your next one will be 3 squares this way. So you'll count over 3 and then you'll start your next border. But if you want to do it individually for pillows, you can do that. This one was done on 32 count natural raw linen. Now I chose the natural raw opalescent linen. So I'm going to have a little bit of snowy sparkle in mine.
I like it. I'm jealous.
Yeah, you should be. Uses DMC. Oh, they did not put the... Okay, it would be DMC and Classic Colorworks.
I didn't get any DMC in my thread pack that I bought.
No, you won't. I'm not there yet.
Oh.
So, there's going to be 9 of these. There's going to be 1 released every month, so this is for March. I'm not sure.
I read on the website they're doing 2 a month.
2 a month?
One at the beginning of the month, which was squirrels, and then the next one will be at the end of this month, the bunny.
Oh. So you don't have as much time to finish these as
No, that's why I was hustling. I was scrambling to get mine started because I knew I need to get stitching.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to let this one sleep.
No, and it's kind of along the same lines as Christmas on the Farm. Was that the one?
Yes.
So I opted to pick up the thread packs also.
Thank you, Nancy.
You're welcome.
You saved me a lot of time having to pick them all out.
I did the shopping for you.
Yeah, you did.
So these are all your colors. And specifically on the paper in here, I was told it specifically says there are 2 DMC colors that use small amounts. So you're probably going to use about that much of it.
Gotcha.
And they did not include the DMC in here because it's such a small amount.
It's such a tiny amount.
Probably figures you have it in your stash anyway. So these are some really nice colors. I really like them.
I brought mine to work. Should I show it on camera?
Oh, if you want to.
I have it on Floba. I'll grab it.
What count?
I'll grab it here in a minute. 18 count.
Okay.
I just want to do something different.
There's your colors. Aren't those pretty?
They're gorgeous.
And there's no new colors in this one. Sometimes they'll throw in a new one. There's 3 skeins of eggshell. So, this should be enough to finish all 9 charts. So you will have multiple skeins of the ones that they know you're going to need more of. There's 2 black coffees, 2 English ivies, which that's probably the trees and the holly. So your greens are going to have more. Your Weeping Willow has 2. Oh, English Ivy has 3. Cocoa bean, trail dust, used brick, hickory sticks. Ooh, look at campfire.
Yeah.
I like that color.
Pebble
Wagon
Beach.
wheel, bramble bush.
Trail dust.
So those are all just single skeins.
I like the names.
Watley.
Wagon wheel, trail dust.
We have Watley
Bramble bush.
Woodlands.
What is it?
Watley Woodlands.
I haven't heard of that.
Yeah. So those are your colors for all of the patterns that will be in this series. So, and then you'll add your 2 DMC colors. Do they tell you what they are? On the pattern, it would be Beaver Gray 648 and Hazel Brown 3828. So you probably have those in your stash somewhere. You just got to go find them. So that's along with Fragments in Time. There's your big series for the year, and I'm sure that they may come out with another one this year. Who knows?
So are there just 3 of us here at Always in Stitches that are doing the stitch along? Me, you, Cindy. Anybody else that I'm missing?
On staff or period?
On staff.
I think that's about right.
Okay.
Let me think. Did Sandy? No, Sandy did not pick this one up. So she liked it. And here is a watercolor rendering of all 9 charts. So you can see the placement and kind of get an idea of what's going to go where and what's going to look like what.
I'm excited.
So this may be my log cabin. I could pick from 9. So that was the big news before market. That was exciting.
I'll grab mine real quick.
Okay, go get yours, Peter. Okay, this is Peter's start. And he's got part of the border. If you've taken my beginning cross stitch class, kind of a rule of thumb is not to close up your border. But if you're confident in knowing that you have all the stitches in your border, close it up and then just pray your design fits inside. So he did the right side border and the top border. He's got some, I think, some berries left to do on it here. And then he started on the house. He's got some snow and shingles. And while you're in there close, he did this on Floba. What count did you say?
18 count.
18 count. So you can do it on whatever count you want, but you just make sure your fabric is big enough. They did this one on 32 count. And that's okay. You stitch on what you're comfortable stitching on, no matter what it says. He's using a John James needle, size 26. I don't know if you can see that, which that's a good needle.
It's all I could find.
It's all you could find.
It's funny, I work in a cross-stitch store, and I go with what I have at home.
Don't you buy needles for every project, a new needle? Then I lose them.
I used to.
I forget where I put them.
I used to, but I found my little case, and I knew that I had needles in there.
I did that with all my wool needles. I went to do some wool applique. I couldn't find my needles.
Oh, hey, I was right. 26.
Oh, good. And what's this little ring that you've got your floss on?
Whatever I could find. I wish I had one of those. Okay, I wish I had one of those really fancy ones. And I have a fancy one, but it's in a project. But I wish I had a fancy one with the little charms and the fobs and you know, I wish I had decorative cards to put my floss on. But hey, I was in a hurry. I had to get this puppy started. I'm on borrowed time with this series.
Well, maybe I should make some log cabin cards, floss cards.
Oh my god!
I think I should look into that.
Yes.
So Peter's got all of his floss on here. Why are these longer? Did you unfold them? That's what you're working on?
Yeah, I unfold them as I come to them because, like I said, I was in a hurry and I just wanted to get stitching as opposed to unfolding all of them.
So you don't have your DMC colors on here?
No, I was unaware. I'm glad I watched this because this is worth the price of admission.
You'll need your floss cards for that because they don't come with floss cards.
I will.
So Peter's organized. He's got it going here. How many days has it taken you to do this much?
I think that's 3 days.
3 days?
Yeah. Because my first day one was I worked the border down, and then I did some snow. Then the next day I did the shingling, and then the next day I did some snow, and then this top border.
How did you decide where to start?
I decided where to start because I eyeballed that, and I figured that looked like 3 inches, and so I started there, and then I worked down.
Okay.
And then I knew that this was in the top left-hand corner, and I got the biggest sheet of Floba Natural I could find in the shop, and then hoped and prayed it's going to fit.
Well, Floba comes pretty wide.
It does. It's a lot bigger than some of the other pieces.
Yeah, your Adas, they're not as wide when they come from the distributors, but then some of them, like this would be a linen size.
Oh, good.
So I think you'll have plenty of room.
Oh, good.
Even with the selvage over here. So yeah, I like this fabric. I've used it before. I probably have it kitted up in a few others. So I have not started mine yet. I'm working on another piece that I spent 4 hours on last night. That felt so good. I just decided, I'd been working on a couple quilts, and I got them all quilted and the bindings sewn on. I thought, I don't want to make another quilt. I don't want to work on that. I want to cross stitch. So that's what I did last night.
Good for you.
So good job, Peter. Keep going.
Will do.
Do not stall out.
I'm trying to keep up with Cindy. Cindy has.
You're too far behind.
Cindy has the borders all done. I talked to her this morning. She has the borders and the trees and some snow and the snow. So I just have to hustle.
So she probably has these trees. Now, I do know Cindy completed her whole border. She locked it in. So she's pretty confident that she did that right.
She's been stitching for a while, though.
So she probably did this snow and those trees.
Yeah.
Maybe that snow. Who knows? But, yeah, that'll be fun.
I think
there's a cardinal.
I think if I just stay diligent on this one, I should hopefully keep in pace with Cindy. I mean, I'm not trying to keep in pace with Cindy, but I am using her as motivation to get my stitching in. So that way, it's kind of like a challenge, Yeah,
I like how they finished it with the frosty pine pieces. And then the ribbon.
Is that a linen ribbon?
It looks like it. It doesn't look like a satin ribbon.
Is that a cocoa wood button?
Sure. I have no idea.
Can't pronounce it, but I know what it is.
They have a brown, probably wooden button that they're using. Brown or black. Oh my. So yeah, that'll be fun. So we will check in on Peter's progress. All right, the next one is from Praiseworthy Stitches. And if you know much about Praiseworthy, they go big before they go home. So this one is called Sleigh Bells Ring. And it is a huge.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, Nelly.
Stitch count is 251 wide by 229 high. And let me see what they stitched this on. 32 count nocturne from Picture This Plus. So the design size will be 19 1/8 inches wide by 16 1/4 inches high. That's a big piece. And they use some Kreinik in there. They use some of the Mill Hill Petite Glass beads. Looks like DMC, and then the Gentle Art Sampler threads, and Weeks Dye Works.
Wow.
So there's quite a variety. And the colors are multiple. Can I turn it around and show you the list of colors?
I'm going to go through the village real quick because it's so big.
Well, don't fall in the snow and ice.
Look at that vintage little clock right there. That's a cool clock. There's only a few of those that exist. Okay.
All right, here we go. Look at the floss list. That's pretty long.
Okay, that's not as bad as, what is it, the something at Hawk Run?
Oh yeah, any of the Hawk Runs. They use a lot of different colors.
And that's not as bad as if you ever done one of those tiny towns. It does not have a tiny floss list.
Oh really?
No.
Well,
just a heads up. There's at least 16 colors in Tiny Town.
Ooh, okay. Well, they got a log cabin in this one too.
They do. I saw it.
And this is one that if you did not want to do the whole thing, you could pick out parts of it. So you could just do this part right here if you didn't want all the other stuff, or you could do this band right here, or you could just pull out this house. You could kind of curve your snow up to include the lantern. I'd leave the tree, maybe this in there. You need a lamp post. There's a couple there you could pull out. So when you see a picture like this that's big, but you like the elements in it, you don't have to do the whole thing together. You can pick it apart. Wouldn't this be cute to do that right there with the trees?
Yes.
So there's a lot you could do with this. I think Tina Brumley got this one.
Did she?
Yes, I'm anxious to see what she does it on, and of course it'll be on 14 count Ada.
I missed you, Tina, at the last stitch in.
She's gonna have her work cut out for her. But from the things I've seen of her, these things don't scare her. She tackles them and just goes with it. Okay, this is a new to us designer. I'm not sure how long that they've been designing, but they say modern and playful cross stitch. They're from Boise. This is Counting Puddles, and this is Cozy Little Cottage. I had looked at this as a pre-order, but just wasn't sure about it until I saw it in her suite.
Stitched up.
Yeah, I think we need that one.
That's adorable.
The little mice in their pumpkin house.
That'd be great for a fall stitch.
Oh yeah.
Does the mouse have a cape on? Or am I seeing things?
No, I think this is his scarf.
Uh-huh.
And that's a leaf. And that's his little sweater.
Okay.
His sweater just kind of matches that leaf.
Okay. He's standing in front of the decor.
Yes.
I gotcha.
And the door. The door and decor.
The door and decor.
So that's a fun stitch. You're looking for a little whimsical piece. That would be good.
Look, she baked a fresh pie. And he made her a cup of cocoa.
No, I think he's drinking the cocoa and she's going to eat the pie.
No, I think he's bringing it back from the coffee shop.
I would want a lid and an insulated cup if he was coming back from the coffee shop. So I hope they enjoy their cocoa and their pie. Okay, Peter. All right. Dinky Dyes, I think, won the prize for the place that we ordered the most patterns from, which is unusual, but they're carrying a lot of designers who had some good stuff this year. This is Shannon Christine Designs. This is called Houses of the Seasons. And that was kind of a unique way to do this, that you have all 4 seasons in one stitched piece.
Oh, wow.
There's no doubt that this is winter. And then you have fall. Then you have summer. And then you have spring. I think this is your summer house with the beach. And then spring gets that part of it.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so they combined all 4. Because sometimes I'll hear people say, I don't have room for another monthly thing, or I don't have room for another seasonally thing. So, hey, stitch it all in one, just like she did. So that one is available. And then again, Praiseworthy Stitches. I did not go intending to buy this, but she sold me on it. They were so cute. This is called Buzz, and it's a stitchable Ort tray. I will open it up on here.
Neat.
And
that's so cool.
In here, you get the stitchable work tray. Yeah. So let me show you.
See, this is why you go to market.
Yeah,
see all the cool stuff.
When they send their emails out, you kind of look at them and go, yeah, I'm not sure about that. So look at that. Isn't that cute?
Oh my gosh.
So you would do your stitching on this side, and then you snap it together.
Wow. That is awesome.
And you have your work tray. Or you can keep your scissors in there, or it can be a holder for your floss.
Candy dish.
Candy dish. But then you've got the cute little pattern.
Honey lemon drops.
There you go. On the outside. But then when you look on the inside, you would see Buzz with the bees and the beehive.
That's cool.
So they had several designs, but I really liked Buzz. So, and what they say that if you're like going to a retreat or something, you simply unsnap it and it lays flat and goes right in your project bag. So then when you get where you're going, you snap it together and there's your little, because how many times have you needed somewhere to put your floss or clippings or something? There you go. So we have these here. I was kind of excited about them. Of course I was, because I bought them.
You know, I touched every pattern. And
Did you miss it?
And I missed that. You know what else? I missed a lot of things.
Uh-oh.
There was something I saw that's special that's, I'm going to keep it a secret, but it was in with the kits. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we have this. Ugh.
Why are you going to keep it a secret?
Well, can't give them all the stuff.
Okay, well this takes 3 strands of DMC floss, beads from Mill Hill. Did they have those? Nope, they didn't have those in there. Using a 24-inch needle. It doesn't, 14 count vinyl. So, there you go. Lots of fun in that. And then we had 2 books that came from Blackbird Design. This is called Thy Love More Strong, and it has 3 projects in it. The sampler here on the front. Are you ready for me to turn?
Look at that little dude up there.
Yep.
He's cute.
And then you have a drum, and then this one that goes on top of a box. Huh, what do you think he is, a blue jay?
I think he's a blackbird.
Probably, but I know blackbirds had a band of white around their neck.
He has on his tuxedo.
Oh, okay. That's his bow tie.
He's going out tonight.
So we have that one, and then we have Moments of Glad Grace. This has 4 projects in it, and of course you have your sampler.
Look at that Roadrunner. He looks like a Roadrunner. He's cute. Are these reproductions or are these inspired?
These are reproductions because the sampler was an inspiration piece for the 4 projects.
Wow.
So what she did is she took the sampler and then
stunning.
Pulled different elements out of it to do different things, which again, if you love a sampler, you love the elements in it, but you don't want to make a big sampler, pull the elements out like she did. Here on the back, she pulled out the bird and did a box top. And then here's the basket with the bird. I can't really tell what that's. Is that on another box? Or it looks like they framed it somehow. And then down here at the bottom, Winds of Autumn, she did another piece like this.
Look at that.
That's done on toweling. So she took another element out of the sampler and just did that piece, which is a small pincushion. So which that's cute, but I don't know that I'd have the patience. Lenine did the sample here in the shop for that one.
You'd have the patience.
Why'd you think so?
If anybody has the patience, Nancy would have the patience.
Each of those elements are in the larger sampler, so.
How long does it take you to bind a quilt?
Well, it took me 15 minutes to sew it on the other morning before work, and then, I don't know, depends on the size. I can get one done in an evening usually.
Okay, do you know how long it takes me to bind a quilt?
How long, Peter?
If I work at a good pace, I'll do one length a day. And sometimes I only mack it halfway. So, for the record, I can do half of a length a day. So it would take me 2, 4, 6, 8, at least 8 days to bind the quilt. The day you said, "Oh, my wrist hurts, but I have to bind a quilt," I'm like, "Well, break it up." And you're like, "Well, I can't."
You got to get it done so you can move on to the next one. Okay, Praiseworthy Stitches had these gorgeous scissors. Aren't they beautiful?
Those are stunning.
These, I think, the silver, I believe, was her bestseller. But I couldn't resist the rose gold.
Yeah, that rose gold looks good.
And you always have to have gold. So I brought home all 3. But I only bought 1 pair.
So, were you playing with pointy objects?
I was. I was even carrying them around, too. But they were good. They put them in a brown paper bag before they put them in another bag. So they made sure that I didn't poke myself or anybody else. But these are available, and they're good, heavy scissors. They're embroidery scissors. I wish I would have taken a picture of who made these, but I didn't. So
they're made by somebody that you
They're not made by Praiseworthy Stitches. She was able to secure these and bring them to market.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's not a bad price for the designed handles like this.
It's a phenomenal price.
Yeah, they're $11.99. I was looking at some of the fancy scissors that were $32 and up, and I went, "Ooh, do I want to spend $32 on a pair of scissors that I very likely may lose?" Which, a funny story. I dropped something down beside the couch cushions the other night, and I've got a reclining couch, so I flipped up the footrest and was down on the floor with my flashlight looking, I think it was a needle or something. And I found a pair of scissors on the side of the couch. I went, "Oh, okay, there's a pair of scissors there. I probably had to get them out." So yeah, I could lose a pair of scissors. Okay, JBW. Last year she did a market exclusive of it was on a paddle, and I believe it was an alphabet in red. So this year she did an ode to red. And it came in a pouch, and it has everything in it to stitch it, finish it, and be done. It came in a pretty red pouch. And she, I think, I didn't bring it in here, but she also has a book that has, or am I confusing this with somebody else?
She did a pattern with really pretty birds on it.
I think I'm confusing it. So I won't go there. So just erase that part. So this is really cute. It's a basket of flowers. And I believe it has your fabric, your trim, your ribbon, your little pin, all that's in here. So it'll make a sweet little basket of flowers. So that's by JBW. And then this one, I saw several patterns when cardinals appear.
Oh.
This was done on, let's see, she doesn't say what she stitched this on. Oh, yes, she does. 36 count vanilla bean, R&R Reproductions. So it's not very big. 36 count is 9.2 inches by 6.4. So that's not too bad. Looks like, it doesn't tell the flosses, just that she stitched one 1 strand of floss on 32 over 2 threads. 2 strands of floss is suggested on 32, 28, or 14 over 2. Would you do 14 over 2? I don't know. But that was, there were 2 patterns I know for sure that we brought home. I think, I forget who did the other one. But if you want a more primitive look of one, this would be the one to go with. And then Flights of Fancy. This is an Italian design.
This is beautiful.
1801. And again, they showed taking, I think it was just 1 bird out of this pattern and stitching it separate. So you had a smaller piece. This was done on...
Yes.
Getting ready to storm. Is it getting ready to storm?
Yes.
36 count French vanilla R&R reproductions. Is that what she did this one on? Oh. No, this was vanilla bean.
So it's going to be olive tree?
A creamy. It could be.
They have a lot of those in Italy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what I saw. They took
so pretty.
Just 1 bird out and stitched him separate, but I don't know. He almost looks like a quail with this little feather. Yeah, birds and bees. We saw lots of birds and bees. Bees have not left us. They are still alive and well. So I see you bought chubby bee for Lenine.
I did.
I asked her, I said, so what's he trying to tell you? Is he trying to tell you you're chubby?
Oh, rude.
I said, I thought he would have bought you the queen bee. And she said, oh, I think I need that one. So there's your next purchase for her, Peter.
She has that bee room. And when I saw chubby bee, I was like, oh.
Yeah, so we have a chubby bird.
She's got to have that.
Jeanette Douglas did that. We have a chubby bird. We have a chubby bunny.
Yes.
We have a chubby fox. Now we have a chubby bee. And Deborah wants all of them.
I can see why. You've got all of them?
But she's only finished chubby bee.
That's okay.
Or no, chubby bird.
That's okay.
No, chubby bunny, but he's stitched, but not complete.
She didn't tell me she finished chubby bunny. Okay, Prairie Schooler did not disappoint. They came out with a new Santa. And he has got a horse in one hand. There you go, Peter.
Yep, I'll be stitching him.
The other. Lots of back stitching on the trees in the background, which is pretty cool.
Back stitching don't scare me.
I've not seen a lot of that. I don't do a lot of back stitching. I feel like sometimes it takes away from the pattern. So if it's necessary to define a space, I will. But a lot of times I won't. On this one, I would have to do the back stitching, because it just wouldn't be the same without the back stuff. So these always go real well. We'll try to keep them in stock. Be patient with us. And if you've noticed, what they're doing is they're taking 3 of the yearly Santas and combining them into one pattern. So if you don't see a certain year of the pattern out there, that's what they've done. And they do it fast, because we had a customer inquiring about, I think it was a 2017. And we found it, the individual pattern, just like this one.
Oh, but it was in a...
No, it was by itself.
Oh.
But then when she went to buy it, it was in a book.
Oh.
It's like, no. So, it's...
on the one that I have stitched, I got a big piece of cloth, because I was like, well, I always like to buy more cloth than what I need, because then I have a cloth library.
Yep.
So I always buy the biggest piece. And then, so on him, I got to thinking, I was like, well, my idea was to go ahead and, use my extra cloth for the other Santas and do them separate. But then I pulled it out and I was like, oh, how cool would it look to have 6 Santas on one cloth?
Yep,
so I'm doing 3 on top and 3 on the bottom, and I'll have them in sequential years. So 23, 24, 25.
Are you going to date them? You should put the date at the bottom.
Yes.
Just so you know which one that is.
I'll have to date them.
Yeah. Little House came out. I think they do a lot of work with Classic Colorworks. So I'm not sure which came first, the chicken or the egg. But Classic Colorworks has 3 new flosses. We have Weather Vane. It's a good, nice brown. London Fog. That's a pretty dark fog.
Yeah, it is.
And this is pretty misty mauve. And they've taken all 3 of those and put it in a free pattern from Little House Needleworks.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
Yeah.
It reminds me of the postage stamps where it was the same same subject but different coloring.
Yep, and these use the new threads.
That's pretty.
So you can do just one of them, or you could do multiples of them. Because it looks like these 3 they did just in one color, and then they combined all 3 colors in that one. So they show you all different ways to do it. So that's exciting. It's always fun to know what the new colors are.
Yeah.
And I am not going to be able to get them back. Ooh, maybe I will. There we go. Okay. And I think in the last video I talked about the proper stitcher.
You did.
Well, we found another one. This is called The Promise of Spring. Again, it's a sampler. It's got your dogs on there. It's got some birds, a house. She uses DMC floss. This was done on 40 count heirloom by Needle Bling Designs. So she had some good patterns this year. She's a fairly new to us. I was seeing a couple other patterns that we had of hers, but I think I brought back more than we already had.
I think you got patterns from her last year.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
No.
And that was her first year, I believe.
Well, I guess I liked her, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
I had a pattern this year called Disco Chicks, and it had the little disco balls with chicks on top of it. I think it was done on blue.
Who's this designer?
ODed Designs.
Oh, cool.
And her, oh my gosh, if her personality is as big as the designs in her room, it was amazing. There was silver aluminum everywhere. There was a silver aluminum tree. There were
saw
disco
that.
balls.
I saw a picture.
Oh my gosh. There was hot pink. There was orange. There was... she was fun. Ducks. If you needed a duck, you should go see her. She had a photo ops. She had a little cushion area where there was this huge duck. And by the time we saw her Sunday, the poor duck, he would not sit up. She said, he's tired. I said, yeah, I think he is. So how could you not buy a pattern or 2 or 3 or 5 or 6 from that suite? It was so much fun. I think we went back to it every day just to have fun. It was... You know, you get into, and this has, I'm not dissing anybody, but the shops or the designers that do the big samplers, they have an antique look to them, and the way they arrange their displays reflects that. It's great. But when you pop something like this in the middle of all that, you can't help but to go back. So I picked up a few patterns from her. This one is called Oh Dear, and he's a cute little ornament.
Love him.
Yeah, I actually think it's a her, but that's okay.
Yeah, he ain't got no antlers.
No. Well, and on the back, she's got a pink foofy collar around her with these really long eyelashes, so I'm thinking it's a girl. This was done on 32 count chestnut brown, and it's a gingerbread. This is probably a series because it's a sweet gingerbread cookie ornament.
Oh.
So let's see what floss they use. Looks like Wonderfill or... Oh, there's a DMC conversion on here. There's some Mill Hill seed beads. And what else? It looks like fun. I mean, it's a cute little ornament.
Love the background that the fabric's put on as an outline. It looks like wool or felt.
Well, let's see if she says. wool fabric. It's on wool.
Nice.
Yeah, so need a quick little ornament. There you go. That looks fun. And then for you tree lovers, here's Old Town Winter Wonders. I love how they mounted it with this little piece of wood that was cut with a dowel rod.
Yes.
So this was on Riviera, olive green, 32 count. She gives DMC colors and 54 inches wide by 74 high. Looks like it's got beads on it. She must like beads. They sparkle. Why wouldn't she?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, she was so much fun. I'm anxious to see more patterns from her. And this one I kept looking at, and then again when I saw it stitched up, I went, okay. It's called Resilient. Very simple stitch, done with one color. You could switch up the color to do whatever you would want. This one uses Romy Creations Garnet Red. And it's done on 36 count Country Mocha. Oh, we have that, I think.
We do.
So, fun stitch. Peter, what's the definition of resilient? I'm putting him on the spot.
Think of bamboo. Bamboo's resilient.
In what way?
That it can have the worst thrown at it, and it can flex, and it can bend, but it never breaks. It just stays standing up for the next day of sunshine.
That's a great definition. So if you know somebody who fits that description, maybe you should stitch this up for them. As a reminder that they've been through the worst and came out still standing. So, well, that is all I have, but you know what?
What?
I have another cookbook to give away. Did I have anything else to give away? There is nothing I like more than a brand new cookbook. I will sit and read a cookbook like I do a book and go, ooh, that looks good. Ooh, that looks good. But this is the 2024 Nashville Needlework Cookbook. And this is recipes sent in by shops, by designers, just by different people who they compile. There's the best part about this, I believe there's 45 cross-stitch designs in the cookbook. So not only do you get yummy, yummy food, and that's what I like. I like a cookbook that comes from real people, not something that's got all these exotic ingredients that I've never heard of, let alone know where to go find. So that is why I love cookbooks like this. Church cookbooks are some of my favorites too.
Church cookbooks are fun.
Oh, because you know those are tried and true recipes. So I was looking.
Your reputation is on the line.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you don't give a bad recipe.
No, you're in trouble. About fall, Cappy gets excited when Starbucks came out with their pumpkin scones.
That's right.
They didn't have them this year. She was not happy. I have, when we go to South Haven, Michigan, blueberry capital of the world, I brought home a bag of ingredients for blueberry scones. I have not made it yet. Lisa likes scones. I should probably make them and bring them in and share them. But in here, Greg and Suzanne Thomas from the Yarn Shop in Heron, Illinois, submitted orange scones to die for. Who would not appreciate a citrusy orange scone in the summer with a nice cup of hot tea?
Me.
That sounds amazing.
With orange rind in my tea?
Sure.
And
or you could get an orange pico tea. That would be good.
That's scrum-diddly-licious.
Yeah. Yum. I might go home and make these. See you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
And then, coming up on summer, when all the gardens are in, and the corn's tasseling out. And, oh, the yummy stuff. Here is Big Mama's homemade cream style corn from Copper's Cover, Texas.
Wow.
Look at that. It's made in a cast iron skillet.
Oh, it's made in cast iron.
Yeah.
I got that. I got cast iron.
I think I'm going to have to try that.
Yes.
Look at those ears of corn. You know that's fresh out of the garden. Cut right off the cob. There you go. And then into the skillet.
Into the skillet.
Oh, yum. I hear your stomach growling, Peter.
Yeah, growls them.
And then Peter mentioned this. I hadn't looked too far into this, just kind of flipped through.
This was when we got the cookbooks in, and just like you had mentioned, you know how you like to read a good cookbook? I was at my desk reading the cookbook.
And what did you find?
Man, I found lasagna. I found so many awesome recipes, and they had original photographs of the original recipes with their handwriting. It was so cool.
Oh, yeah.
So cool.
This one doesn't have a picture, but think winter, think Christmas, think snow, think powdered sugar, think peppermint. Oh, and candy canes. It is peppermint snowball cookies. Could I make those in the summer?
I don't know, but I was just thinking about writing everything down that you just said and submitting it as a poem at the Indiana State Fair.
Okay.
Because that would be a poem. A lot of these poems, you know, I don't know what they're talking about. But that one just resonates with me.
Yeah, peppermint snowball cookies. That was submitted by Annie Belcher from Annie B's Folk Art.
See, that's why I knew I liked it, because I like Annie.
Oh, and look at her pattern she submitted. It's a Christmas stocking. Oh, you could fill it up with peppermint snowball cookies.
That's so sweet.
So, in order to win one of these amazing books with these amazing, oh, Peter, Italian love cake. Have you ever made that?
No.
Ooh.
But that is good.
Yeah. So, if you had the cookbook, it'd be real easy. But, cold summer beetroot soup. We could extend this, just go through all the recipes here.
I love pickled beets, though.
Oh, I do, too.
So I worked with this Polish girl, and she liked beets. It was like borscht is what it was called. And it was beets that was cooked in with like a chicken broth. And I don't know how I ended up... I don't know if she had pickled beets at work at one time. But anyway, so I started eating pickled beets. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Those things are delish.
Have you ever had
the little baby ones, little baby beets?
Yeah, Harvard beets. It's got cornstarch in the juice.
Oh.
So it makes like a thicker juice to them.
Oh, wow.
When we... I'm going to tell myself. When we were at the... stitching retreat that Always in Stitches sponsored last year. Cindy and I went to the Essen House. You can't go to Shipshewana without going to the Essen House. I do not eat as much as what we pay for the buffet, but I appreciate the variety that we can have. And guess what they had on the salad
Fried
bar?
chicken.
No, well, they had that, but not on the salad bar.
They have amazing fried chicken.
They had beets, sliced beets. I think after my third plate of rescuing the beets, I was full. But I went back 3 times for beets. Yes, Deborah?
I'm just looking at what you're showing.
Don't make faces at beets. They're very good. They're very healthy for you.
Yeah.
So, you love them or you hate them. But
roasting them in the oven. Like, have you ever taken a beet and then wrapped it in foil and roasted it in the oven?
No.
Oh, wow.
Have you ever had a beet chip?
No.
Oh, those are good. Those are yummy. So, we're all going to make ourselves hungry. So, if you want a copy of this cookbook, put in the comments. Oh gosh, there's probably every single one of these recipes would become my favorite. But, ooh, white sugar. Stop it.
Just so you know, Nancy's too busy to actually look at and enjoy any of the stuff that comes through.
I am, but I think I finally caught up. So, what is...
Oh, this is Virginia.
Can you hear that thunder?
I do. What is a favorite vegetable that I like to eat? That I like to rescue from salad bars? And we'll send you one of these cookbooks. And our last one, Cindy Lynn, her tag name was spelled CYNDIELYNN. She won our last one. So Cindy, if you're out there, call the orders department and we will be sure to get that sent out to you. We'll need your address and all that good information. So we like to give things away because you guys are our favorite customers, and I know I can't see you out there, but we know you love cross stitch, and we do what we can to bring in what you guys want and what you will enjoy stitching. And please come buy the cross stitch because I spent way more than I ever thought I would spend, and I was told it was okay, but it was a lot. So, and I did my share. I totaled up my bucket that I had. Ooh, let's say I spent a lot of money, but I also say that I'm building up my daughter's stash because she gets everything when I'm gone. So she needs to have a good variety of things to stitch, and I share. I do. So figure all that out, survive the storms. I think we'll be okay because I think they were going south of us.
I'm ready to go play in the puddles.
Oh, I'm sure you would. I did that with my grandkids. We had a lot of rain. We were up in South Haven, and the kids were little, and there were puddles everywhere. So one of them was a baby. So we went out and we played in the puddles. Grandma did too. We splashed in them. We walked through them. I sat one of them down in the middle of a puddle. They just thought it was great. They're sitting there splashing. It was a fun time. So, you know, doesn't matter how old you are, go out and play in the puddles.
Yes.
Ooh, Peter, look what Deborah's got.
What do you got, Deborah? I can't see. My head doesn't turn that far. Oh, now that's a storm.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, look at the storm, you guys. We're in it right now, filming live. And I'm about to go play in it. Ooh.
Wait, Peter, we have to do another video before you can do that.
We can do it after lunch.
Oh, okay. All right, well, have a great day.
Oh, wait, it's out of focus. Please wait while we retain focus.
Aren't I always out of focus?
Okay, now you're in focus.
Have a great day, and come in and check out all the great things we brought back from market. I do this with you in mind, so I do sit and look at patterns and say, what will our customers buy? What do they want? What will they enjoy stitching? What will I enjoy stitching? Because I stitch a lot of different things, but then you stitch even more different things than I do. So we try to make everybody happy, and I know that's impossible, but if you saw something out there that we did not pick up, let me know, because we can still get market designs from...
Oh, goody!
We have a month from market before they send their patterns out to the distributors. So we can still get them. So let us know, and we'll get what you want so you can be stitching. So have a great day. Enjoy the rumbling thunder and the sound of the rain on your roof. So we'll see you later. Bye.